All right, this is a very special day here at Boy Meets Grill because we got Joe Gannascoli from The Sopranos, my man who I met out one night. We're not going to tell you where the guys hang out, you know, because we don't want you bothering us and everything like that, right, Joe?
I think as long as it's girls, they can bother us.
Okay, all right. So we're cooking a Sicilian meal today, and I figured, you know, Joe would be like kind of the perfect guy. You know, he plays Vito on The Sopranos. And so, Joe, we're going to make swordfish with a caponata. We're going to grill the caponata. And then we're going to grill some sardines, some whole sardines, the real deal style. And then we're gonna make a fennel and orange salad. We need a little something nice and crisp and refreshing. Okay. Now, when I first met you, you told me that you were a cook and a chef down in New Orleans.
Yes.
Because I mean, I wouldn't have thought that. I figured you had some other jobs that we don't talk about.
My career was in a restaurant. So I was a chef in New Orleans. I worked in LA, Boston, in Manhattan. I started in Manhattan.
Okay, so why don't we start going here? I'm gonna get the caponata going. I gotta be careful when I put the knives next to you, and I'm gonna ask you to make a vinaigrette. Now we have some oil and vinegar.
Want me to crush this?
Yeah, crush the garlic. Exactly. Man knows. I mean, you know.
You think you're dealing with a novice over here?
Absolutely not. I mean, the guy whacks people. He crushes garlic. He crushes people. He's got it all figured out here. All right, so
you can throw a little salt.
Crushed garlic, a little salt. Yeah. Use it as an abrasive. I don't have to tell this guy anything. I love this story. A little crushed red pepper, oil and vinegar, and then I'm gonna actually start cutting up the eggplant here. So how did this job happen for The Sopranos? Did somebody discover you? Were you acting at that point?
I was actually working as a chef in Manhattan called Jackson, 73rd and Lex.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a waiter there, opened the theater company, and we're putting on a play. Suggested I audition for a part.
I bet you'd never acted before.
No. I got the part, and after it was over, I said, you know, I like this. I'd like to do more of it. And he suggested I study, and that's what I did.
And then you were acting ever since then?
I had one scene with Michael Imperioli.
Really?
When he shoots the kid in the foot.
Right.
I was a guy trying to get bread, and he throws me out of the store.
Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, sure, I remember that.
And the next season, they brought me back as Vito Spatafora.
And then they let you start killing people.
That's it. That was my big break.
You were made. All right. So I got some eggplant here, salt and pepper, and a little olive oil, tomatoes, and some onions. Now, this is actually a great way to make a caponata. We're just grilling the vegetables. We don't want them to get too soft. We definitely want to cook, you know, we want to cook the eggplant till it's nice and soft. We want to cook the tomatoes a little bit till they get some char on it. And of course, we want to cook the onions till they're cooked.
I have vinaigrette here, and I guess I'm just going to do it myself. Is that all right? Throw a little pepper in there, throw a little vinegar.
Joe Gannascoli. You know, I'm a little nervous to have the guy around here. You know, you can't like ever put your back to him. You never know what's going to happen.
I used to always like making sauces. You know, vinaigrettes, any kind of sauce. Throw a little honey in there. Hope he likes this. Not bad. I still have it. I still have it.
I mean, who knew the guy could cook? I mean, he took that garlic like he owned it.
Bobby, you're right there. You need me.
Joe, you want to do me a favor? You got some swordfish right below you? Olive oil, salt, and pepper on both sides, and bring it on over to the grill.
You got it.
Boss them around. You know what I'm saying? With eggplant, you want to be able to touch it, and it has to sort of have some give in it where your finger almost goes through it. Otherwise, it's not cooked yet. I mean, it's got to be nice and tender. Nice. I'll just get these on the grill. Do you cook at home a lot?
Not at all.
At all?
At all.
Really?
You know why? Because you have to buy it, put it away, then prep it, then cook it, and then clean.
So you'd rather go out to dinner. I like that you went right in there crushing that garlic. Like the old days.
Like riding a bike.
All right, so let's let the swordfish cook for a little while. Come over here and chop this up. All right, so I'm just gonna chop this up. Not too small. And then, same thing with the onions. Put a little crunch in there. Same thing with the tomatoes. You wanna chop some of these up for me?
Sure. Not too fine, right?
No, coarsely chopped. All right, then I'm gonna add some raisins, some pine nuts, a little salt and pepper. All right, I'm gonna add some chopped parsley to this. I mean, one of the things about Sicilian food, it basically has its own food dialect in the sense. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like Northern Italian. It's not like Southern Italian. You know, obviously lots of swordfish, lots of things like capers and and pine nuts and things that are sort of sweet and sour, like
Raisins.
the agua dulce. Exactly.
I'm half Sicilian, so I grew up with a lot of these dishes.
Did you really?
Yep.
All right, so we got the caponata, we got the swordfish going. I'm gonna go check that, and then we'll keep cooking.
All right, I'm gonna have an olive. That looks good. You know, a sous chef always has to taste. You know that. Needs a little more salt. Just a little more salt. Just bring out all those flavors. And as it sits, it'll get better. Perfect.
You know, basically with the swordfish, you want to make sure it's cooked just through. You know, I mean, swordfish is not like something that I would serve rare. You want it to achieve a really nice texture, and the only way to do that is to cook it till it's just cooked through. I cook these just through.
Just through.
I don't cook it like tuna. I cook it so that it's just sort of opaque in the middle, so it's nice and tender. I like my swordfish to be really tender. I don't want it to be too chewy.